Chapter 188. Golden Blood. It should be a special breed. Songshi felt that he was thinking too much. Some poisons were more poisonous the more beautiful they were. Naturally, they were colorful. The 7 colors of the alms bowl most likely corresponded to 7 different cultivation nature. Thinking of the treasures of different natures that appear in the periphery of the basin, Songshi stopped this association. A thunderous sound interrupted his thoughts. The bronze chariot that fell to the ground released the power of lightning and killed a large number of bats nearby. Roar. The golden killing beast pulled the chariot and barged forward. The Yi family used the chariot as a cover to counterattack. Seeing that the battle had reached its climax, Songsh's expression changed slightly. He quickly locked onto the few fellows who had killed him. "You can't die. I have to end you all myself." He muttered in his heart that there were 3 golden core cultivators and 1 nascent soul cultivator, Yu Wenjiang, who killed him once. He would be the one to deal the finishing blow and obtain for lucky draw chances. If he found a chance to die a few more times, he could still also get more chances to draw the lottery. "You want to fight?" When Luju saw that Songshi was a little impatient, he smiled and said, "They're not exhausted yet. Let's wait a little longer." It could be seen that Luju had a strong grasp of timing and knew when to maximize the benefits. The problem was that Songshi's goal was not quite the same as the others. He looked down at the battlefield and hesitated. Now that the lucky draw was right in front of him, it was indeed quite tempting. Calm down. No matter what, the weakest of these guys is at the mid-stage of the golden core realm. Not to mention that one of them is at the nascent soul realm. Even if the people of the heavenly poison sect are powerful, it should be very difficult to kill them in a short period of time. Songshi's gaze wavered. He stared at the movements of the key figures and prepared to wait for an opportunity to make a move. His gaze was fixed on Yu Wenjiang and the other 3. "They attacked me back then. Leave them to me later." "No problem. Don't you want revenge? As long as there's a chance, I'll give it to you." Luju chuckled. He wasn't too interested in killing anyone. He raised his hand and formed a seal. He controlled the crowd-controlled Dharma treasure spaceship to land on the ground. "Let's touch the ground later. This way. Well, be more hidden." Everyone's expressions changed slightly. They thought that they had been discovered in advance. In the end, the power of the Dharma treasures flew past them and shattered a tree in the distance. Then, it quieted down and no longer attacked. "It must be a coincidence. Everyone, land on the ground first." Luju said nonchalantly, "It doesn't matter even if we're discovered at this time. At most, we'll kidnap and kill the Yi family with them. I'll go scout the way first." Before the boat landed, Songshi tapped lightly and turned into a phantom image to leave. In a flash, he landed in the forest. A breeze blew past and a leaf swayed. In the blink of an eye, he disappeared. "What's this guy so anxious about? I've always believed in not making any moves even when I can, but has actually rushing over impatiently." Ghost Butcher shook his head helplessly. "People who cultivate blood Dao cultivation techniques, like blood the most. I reckon he also wants to devour more blood to refine his Dharma treasures." Luju guessed that he had found the reason for Songshi's impatience. "Sect Master, now that you mention it, I remember that his Dharma treasure indeed has the potential to become numinous artifacts. The Yi family's golden blood is quite precious. Perhaps he will really succeed." Ghost Butcher nodded. Luju's eyes flickered. He turned to his daughter and said, "Yui, try to stay away from him as much as possible in the future. This person is too bloodthirsty. His brain is abnormal. And not too close to him. If he doesn't provoke me, I don't want to talk to him." Lu Yoayu snorted. In the forest, an afterimage suddenly shuttled past. The trees in front of him were swaying unsteadily. From time to time, a gust of wind would blow over. It could be seen that the battle was very intense. Songshi landed 1,000 miles away from the edge of the battlefield. Even here, the surrounding vegetation had long been pulverized. He looked at the 2 forces fighting in front of him and narrowed his eyes. The battlefield was actually filled with all kinds of poisonous creatures: scorpions, poisonous snakes, bats, spiders. The aura of these poisonous creatures was strange. Some of them made him feel danger coming from them. The cultivators of the heavenly poison sect basically hid behind poisonous creatures and attacked, causing some of the Yi family members to be poisoned to death on the spot before they could even get close. Songqi suddenly felt dizzy. Then he realized that his surroundings were already filled with all kinds of poisonous gases. After breathing for a while, he felt his internal organs burning. His internal organs were being forced to detoxify, and he felt dizzy. He shifted his gaze and realized that all kinds of poisonous substances were still releasing poison. Moreover, these poisonous gases were condensing and not dissipating. They were fusing and changing forms. Good lord, the longer we fight these guys, the more terrifying the poison here will be. Songqi felt that these guys were walking poison depots and were very suitable for him to farm deaths. He swept his gaze around and his eyes darted around. Boom! After another intense collision, Songqi saw that the defense of the bronze chariot had been broken. The intense energy was released like a bomb. When the aftershock spread, it formed a shocking gust. Endless dust, gravel, and soil flew everywhere. The waves mixed with soil and rock swept up the surrounding vegetation. For a moment, the sky was filled with dust, and most of the people were sent flying. If Qi Refinement Realm cultivators did not have the protection of Dharma artifacts and talismans, they would basically be torn apart by the aftershock in the air. The Foundation Establishment Realm and the Golden Core Realm were slightly better. They needed to spend a lot of effort to stabilize their bodies. On Songqi's side, many people fell to the ground in a sorry state.